Greetings and welcome to a new clock. Well, not really, sorta, kinda. So this one behind me is the Horcrux wooden, homemade, handmade clock that I designed and built at the end of 2019, beginning of 2020. Now that we're coming up to the end of 2020, it's time to make some more. So I've finished this clock. It's a prototype, obviously. I've done some refining of the design, and it's time to make some brothers and sisters for it. And I've got them all slated. I'm gonna make 5 clocks. One for my dad's side, one for my mom's side, one for my aunt, one for me, and then another one for eBay. I'm gonna try and sell one and see if I can make any money off of this at all. If I could, that'd be amazing. These parts are expensive. So I have got the fresh plans printed out and ready to go. See if I find a new one. This that's an old one. Yep. Here we go. So they're not 19 feet anymore. Now they're only 15 feet. I managed to consolidate a little bit. Yeah, these are the new ones. So I had these printed out at a print shop. What I'm going to do is I'm in the process of creating a manual. I'm about halfway done writing the manual. It's going to have like those Lego style step-by-step instructions, a checklist for material and tools, everything you need to build this clock by hand. Because, I mean, I would love to record videos on all of it, but I don't have that kind of time or organization. Honestly, I'll be surprised if I finish the manual. But that's a goal. So I've got 5 of these new sets of plans, right? I just sent them to my local print shop. They print construction drawings, big 3-foot by 5-foot construction blueprints. They're not blue anymore, but you know. And they usually have a printer that can print a 3-foot wide thing as long as you need. So that's what the image is. And I've been spending the day cutting them apart into pieces that I can glue onto wood. I'm going to glue these onto wood and then cut them out. So like I said, I'm going to make 5 clocks all at the same time. And I think I can be a bit more efficient about it now because I already have all the tools I know I'm going to need. And I know what I'm doing this time around. So I don't have to fiddle around with stuff that may or may not work. I've got a bucket here. This is a bucket. But wait, there's more. All of the parts in this bucket are the 1/2-inch thick wood pieces. There's a line on the drawings. You cut the drawings in half. Everything on the bottom half goes on to 1/2-inch wood. Everything on the top half goes to 1/4-inch wood. So all these gears and pulleys and stuff, that's all 1/4-inch. So that's what I'm working on right now. So I'm going to cut all these pieces up, sort them, count them, make sure I got everything. And then I'm going to bring the wood in. The first clock I built, I got these 2-foot by 4-foot pieces of wood, but they were really expensive. And I looked at the full size, the 4-foot by 8-foot sheets, and the price was so much better by splitting the wood up that way. And I just had to get the big sheets. But it's going to make it difficult to work with them until they're all cut up into their individual pieces. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that because the weather is terrible right now. It's getting to be winter. It's cold. I don't want to work in the garage. I want to work in my workshop. But I got to tear them apart first. Let's see. What else can I talk about today? Got this tablet here. This is my buddy. When I was making the first Horcrux clock, I went all the way through all the seasons of Top Gear and the Grand Tour, and I've just started over. I'm on season 2 now. After cutting up the 1/2-inch parts for 5 clocks, I'm already on season 2 of the Grand Tour. It's a time-intensive thing that I'm doing. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, let's talk about some of the other stuff I got. To build clocks, you need a whole bunch of dowel rods. This is 5 clocks worth. You won't need this many. Here's an important one. That is a steel rod. It's going to be an axle. There's a littler one over here. Most of these are 1/2-inch rods that will be used for like the cross beams that kind of hold the clock together in the frame. But a few of them, here's a skinny one, that's going to be an actual axle. That's going to be an actual axle for the gears. So, got plenty of dowel rods now. I bought all the wood, I bought glue, I've got lacquer and stain and sanding sealer and all that good stuff. The only thing I don't have yet is the bearings. I don't have the bearings. I got them in my cart online, and 5 clocks worth of bearings is $260, and I don't really have that right now. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm hoping Christmas will yield some more cash, and then we'll get the bearings when we need them. What else? Let's see. What else did I get? We've got some super glue up there. We're going to need that. We've got Gorilla Glue, wood glue, Elmer's glue. That's all going to be important. What else? Oh, these. So the weight that actually runs the clock, I've got the string doubled up through a pulley and coming back up and clipped onto the clock across one of these dowel rods. That way you get double the run time for half the weight, or something like that. Don't do the math too much. So I used these little carabiners because they're flat. They've got a flat end, so they won't cut into the wood. It distributes the force a little bit more evenly. I'm hoping it won't cut through the wood so bad. These are kind of expensive. I can only find them at Menards, and they only had 2 in stock. I need 8 more? Yeah, I need 8 more. So I'm going to look online, maybe check back to Menards later. Maybe they'll refill their stock. Anywho, what else? Washers. Got a bag of brass washers. What are these? 3/8. That's the size of the axle, 3/8. Got a bag of brush washers. Need to get those bearings. It's not good. What else we got? So I got these little Dremel tools from Harbor Freight. These are $10. It comes with a set of bits and all that stuff. And whenever I wear one out, I just toss it and get a new one. I usually go through about 2 per clock. I'm wondering if I shouldn't just get a nice one for this. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. After Christmas, I'm going to get a nice one. By then, I should be ready to start making some teeth in these clocks. I don't know how much longer these are going to last. I'm going to start being frugal. Unless I'm able to sell one of these clocks, and then we're in business. That's another thing, is I want to finish the manual that I'm writing. Because I might be able to just sell the plans in the manual for something. Somebody might want to buy that. I'll be honest, I've looked into clock plans before, but nothing that I saw struck my eye or fulfilled all the requirements of the clock that I wanted to build, so I just made my own. You know, but maybe not everybody wants to learn how to use SketchUp or Fusion 360 or whatever. Here's the question, though. Here's the question. And if you're watching this video and you get to this point, please consider this question. See if you have an answer in the comments. Because I've been arguing with myself about this, is would a handmade wooden clock, it's obviously going to be worth a lot of money because a lot of time went into a handmade clock, is that actually worth anything compared to a clock cut, say, by a CNC machine? Let's say, hypothetically, I bought a CNC machine, cut all the parts with a machine, you know, just put the wood on the machine, pressed play, and went to bed. And woke up the next morning, had all the parts totally cut. All I got to do is sand them and stain them. Is there any added value to the fact that I did it by hand? Am I justified in selling the clock for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 because it's handmade versus a clock that's probably going to be more precise simply by the fact that it was cut on a CNC machine in 2 hours? You can sell it for 1/10 of that. Is that justified? Is there a, you know, should I even bother? putting a handmade clock or wait until I can afford a CNC machine and selling 10 of them instead of just selling one that took me 3 months to build. I don't know. I'm thinking about selling one, though. Yeah. Definitely going to put serial numbers on them. That'd be cool. That one's 01. So we got 02 through 06 up here. I'm only doing double digits. There's no way I'm ever going to make more than 10 of these. I'll be surprised. I'm surprised I did one. I'll be floored if I get all 6 of them done. So, we'll see. But I've got a ton of vacation to burn up. Use it or lose it. And this is what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to build clocks. I'm going to kill time, build clocks, make some Horcruxes. Yeah! Thank you for joining me on this wild ride.